Fajro. 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 Chodź. Ciu, 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 ciu. Fajro. 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 Chodź. Chodź. No chodź. 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 Chodź tu. Chodź. Przestań. Chodź. Chodź. Chodź, 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 chodź. 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 Chodź tu. Fajno. Chodź. Chodź. Wyjdź. Chodź. Chodź. Co ty robisz? Co ty robisz? Co ty... Fajdo. Chodź. Chodź. Chodź tu. Chodź. 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 Odejdź. Wyjdź. 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 Nie. Wyjdź. Fajdo. Zamknę drzwi. Zamknę drzwi. Zamknę drzwi. Hej! Wyjdź. Wyjdź. Hajdo. Chodź. Może tak bekać, chodź. Yes, hello. It'd be nice. How are you? Maybe we'll do some Star Wars since you're here as the first person. What do you think? I want to do some news and politics as well. But we could start with, many different things. How are you? Maybe I will make myself some rumianek in a moment. I don't know if that works on a stomach, but I'm gonna make myself some rumianek soon. So I might need to step away to boil the water. Hold on. Where is... I cannot find the browser thing on the OBS. I don't... Is it gone? No, it's not. Yeah, but it's a warm type of tea, isn't it? Won't it help me if I drink it? Or something? Yeah. Why is he so rowdy right now? Okay, I'm gonna go and boil the water. One moment. I'm gonna calm him down.
Game started.
Okay, I'm doing it. Oh, it's my move. I gave him his food. Thank you, Robert. Fortune. I'm not sure if mandarins are the best on a stomach, but maybe not. A bit acidy. That was a mistake. I mean, I don't know if I have that. It's not really decided that I have that. back. I made myself the tea. I'm gonna drink it as I stream. Co, łososiu, co? Co się dzieje? Co? We'll finish this game and maybe we'll play some Star Wars. I've got a few videos to react to as well. Have you heard of a creator called Shoe1Head? Ever? Have you heard of that creator? Or is that a new person to you? Yeah, we're gonna react to I'm playing Star Wars Empire at War Expanded. Oh, is it good? I'm waiting for the opponent's move, and then we're gonna watch Shoe1Head's video on US Aid, because US Aid apparently is evil, dark, and there is a completely legitimate reason why it was butchered. So we're gonna hear why. We're gonna listen to why. Huh. You know? It'll be a little bit of a thing. How admirable. Of course, it's good. It's like Stellaris, but in Star Wars universe and without all the spreadsheet. Interesting. Oh, I was looking at the chat, looking at what Rose was saying about taking care of the relative. I think it's admiration worthy, taking care of your relative like that. Hmm. What rules? Ruse. I said ruse. Ruse, not rules. Ruse. Hmm. Yeah, I know. But the Sons of Bitches was a big giveaway. That was Jordan Peterson. So how are we? Oh, you remember that I've got a conversation tomorrow still? At 1 a.m. my time? 7 p.m. EST, if I remember correctly. So it'll be 1 a.m. my time. I have to prepare for that thing. Just not to completely embarrass myself. Hmm. Not yet. It only happened. Actually, that happened with a few people, if I remember correctly. This sort of, I will debate you, and then they never. It happened with ChatLogic, and I believe it happened with one other person. Yes, it happened with one other person as well. So far, 2 people have done this. Sort of, oh yeah, we're so gonna debate, and then they never show up. How are you coping today? With all my power. My stomach hurts. Still. I have hot tea to drink. No, Lonerbugs debated me. Twice. Lonerbugs actually was not the person that told me that we could talk/debate. Lonerbugs actually told me that I can call into his thing anytime I want. Which I've actually not been taking advantage of that very much in terms of promotion of my thing. Hmm. What are the big moves on the board right now? I have to think of the big moves right now. Also have to think of replenishing oh, I do like onion. Seems like I'm not an expert at taking advantage of any opportunities to network. Oh, red onion. Interesting. I'm gonna wait for this tea to become less hot. A bit less hot, and then I'm gonna just drink it. One moment. I'm gonna try to make a phone call still. Oh yeah, sorry. I wanted to make a phone call. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Let me. So there are 2 people watching me now? At least actively chatting people? Trying to figure out what we're gonna do. Are you playing a DEI game? Because I feel sorry for the death of DEI. And so I decided to give it a little bit of something, throw it a bone a little bit. You know, I think it's only fair. Don't you? Why don't you play a European game like chess? Didn't chess originate in outside of Europe? Also, I like this game better than chess. I don't know actually. I'm pretty sure it originated either in India or in China. Sixth century India. Yeah. Also very quiet chat today. I killed this group skillfully, as you can see. I'm very good. I'm very good at this game, as you can clearly see. All of this is dead now, which means that I absolutely won. I think the person should have realized with this move that this is unsalvageable. So I'm going to pivot to some other place on the board. I can just leave this here now. Wait, no, I cannot. I have to connect here, actually. Almost did a big mistake. There you go, now it's dead. Almost did a mistake. Now it's the moment when they should be... Oh. Well, never mind. I guess they will not be resigning. This should have been the moment when they resigned, though. Is resigning a thing in chess? I think so. I don't think you have to wait till checkmate, right? I think you can resign early in chess.
You have won.
There we go. They resigned. It's just an unsalvageable situation on the board. Impossible. A situation that is impossible to navigate. Okay, I guess I'm gonna appeal to my active audience and ask you, what do you want? Star Wars or reacting to a dumb video? And yes, it's a dumb video. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I can already tell that it's probably a dumb video. Shuon had talking about US aid. Isn't Star Wars woke? It is, now more than ever actually. Also, you should watch my new video. You should support your favorite streamer. Also, Incub is white? Yes. That's why I said dumb video. You wanna watch Shu because Shu isn't woke? Okay. Alright then. You leave me no choice. I mean, I do have a choice, but 10,000 people watching Vaush. I remember what a huge deal that the death of John Paul II was in Poland. Oh my god, that was such a huge deal. When it happened, as it was happening, as he was dying, the whole country was like in mourning or something. The Polish Pope. Even though technically speaking, that Pope was also involved in some unsavory thing. Wait, was that I know about being white, or was that I know about the death of the Pope and Poland being sad? The timing made me feel like you responded to it with that you were also sad when John Paul II died. Shuon had what Trump really destroyed. The dark truth behind USAID. What sort of videos does she even have? And it has 1 million. Oh god. This is so disappointing. Life disappoints me at every turn. Really good. Oh, I'm not gonna go even there. I'm not gonna complain. Complaining as well. And Polish. One of those two. The female dating strategy. 3.3 million views. Blame the voters, responding to Democrat criticism. 2.1 million views. America is in shambles. 1.3 million. Well, she certainly is doing well for herself, I'll tell you that. Every video she puts up gets like millions of views. She kind of fine though. I mean, I can't say I care, to be honest. I cannot say I care. How long? 26:50. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we can get out of this mess. I know at least one very crucial thing that butchering USAID has done, but whatever. Also, welcome to the stream, Jack. Don't do it. You should donate after such sexist comments. Unsavory sexist comments. Okay. Alright then. Let me put on my headphones. And we shall begin this thing. What Trump really destroyed. The dark truth behind USAID. Vouch. Oh, muted. When is Poland cutting its foreign aid? It needs to develop it first. So let's not skip steps. Unless you mean Ukraine. What foreign aid does Poland provide apart from Ukraine? Oh. Poland's foreign aid, known as Polish aid, is provided through a variety of channels, including financial contributions to international institutions, co-financing of activities by Polish non-governmental organizations, and direct assistance to countries in need. The aid focuses on promoting development, democracy, and human rights, as well as addressing humanitarian crises and global issues. Well, never mind then. So, when a Polish Trump gets in power, then we're gonna see a cutting of Polish foreign aid. Okay, let's see. What a big political commentator. Well, I shared this video and some people refused to watch it, calling you borderline fascist. They use that word, but I don't think it means what they think it means. I didn't go diving into that cesspit, but it was funny to watch them wallow. This Cuban social media app sounds a lot like TikTok, to be honest. Is it me, or am I seeing more and more content creators and, well, people drinking white monsters? Wait. Is people drinking white monsters some sort of code for trans people? Because I've heard this reputation that trans people drink a lot of white monsters. So, is it me, or am I seeing more and more content creators and, well, people drinking white monsters? What? What is this in reference? Whatever. Reading comments is just pointless. No, yeah. Yeah, that is why you ultimately Trump gutting US aid is considering the USA flushing its soft power down the toilet. That's exactly why. If I'm pausing and I'm a little bit slow and I'm a little bit subdued, it's because I'm physically not feeling super well. Okay. Not that I'm not usually very subdued, but, more than usual.
Donald Trump, along with Elon Musk, have created a new government agency called Doge. And what I originally thought was just an older sibling giving a younger sibling an unplugged video game controller actually turned into a real thing. And their first order of business was dismantling USAID, an innocent government program that helped poor people all around the world. Or was it?
I mean, it was a bit more than that. An innocent governmental program. How naive can you be about things? And we're now entering just conspiratorial. Oh no, USAID had a dark underbelly, dark side to it. Maybe that's why it has 1 million views, because it enters conspiratorial thinking. Doge, the group that famously investigates, or rather closes groups that investigates Elon Musk's own companies. Brilliant. Absolutely no conflict of interest. Absolutely legit. And anti-woke. And cool.
Hello and welcome back to the Shoe on Head channel. I am Shoe on Head and I am not real. I am a figment of your imagination. You have
Oh, why am I watching you then, even?
been in a coma since 2012. Wake up. Wake up. Today we will be talking about
Okay.
the dark, seedy underbelly of USAID.
Yeah, I knew it. Dark, seedy underbelly. There's secrets to uncover. There's just, oh my gosh, so many dark, evil secrets that the investigative journalist Shoe on Head uncovered, risking life and limb. Incredible. We salute to you. We salute to you and your bravery. Incredible job. You should get a medal of honor from Trump personally. It'd be something else.
This is a topic I've been interested in for a very long time now. And now that recently USAID has been in the news, I figured it is a perfect time to finally talk about it.
Wow. Okay. I wonder why, of all things, of all topics, has Shoe on Head been interested in this for a long time? I'd like to hear that story. What made the anti-feminist Gamergate tier YouTuber interested in that specific topic?
The mainstream liberal coverage I've seen of this has basically been late night talk show hosts crying fake tears about it being dismantled, and all the mainstream Republican coverage has just been about...
I mean, yeah, it's from a purely cynical perspective, like the United States just flushing its soft power down the toilet is not a good thing, is it? At least you would think so, from the perspective of thinking about America first, thinking about what kind of power the US projects in the world. But whatever, it's just crocodile tears. Not to mention all the actual useful programs that have been shut down, leading directly to deaths of people, or lack of abilities to investigate war crimes.
the woke shit USAID was apparently funding. But I promise you,
that is such a dark.
is more than that. A lot more.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Are we going to have to... Is this video going to be me pausing and fact-checking every 5 seconds? Because I have no clue what examples she's going to bring up. So, we'll see. We'll see. I suppose we'll see.
If you're not a very political person and you only come here to consume the Reddit gender war slop, you should still stick around for this because this gets juicy. And
Yes, oh my god. The biggest political commentator of our time, Shoe on Head.
remember, even if you're not interested in politics, politics is interested in you. And trust me, I
Oh my god.
understand why some people aren't interested in politics. It's confusing, it's stressful, it's a lot to keep up with. I feel like 500 things happen every single day. But thankfully, I have a tool to help with that. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this video is sponsored by USA. Just kidding, this video is sponsored by Ground News. Let's quickly give them a shout out and then we will jump back into this deep dive, shall we? Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers a fun and transparent way to read the news all across the political spectrum.
Oh my god. That is so depressing when Shoe on Head introduces herself as a political commentator. Why can't she bully her mate JD Vance more? The dark underbelly of USA, give me a break.
From left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown.
What the hell was that?
From left, right, and center.
I had Ground News so much, like I see the ads on a lot of channels and I have no clue what it offers. It's a hub for different news articles.
Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political.
I could just get some articles labeled as being left or right from some subjective perspective. Yes, you basically get a hub when different types of articles are just put in one place. So you don't have to go and, I guess, go to those articles on your own. She can be funny sometimes, but she seems way too comfortable around fascists. I mean, being funny is fine. Some people should stay away from political commentary if they can help it.
Political bias that helps you.
Because talking about the dark, seedy underbelly of US aid as an opener to the discussion about the initiative does not fill me with confidence that I'm gonna be blessed with an amazing, insightful analysis.
You understand the full story and make sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features of Ground News has to be the blind spot feature. It shows you news stories that have been covered by only one side of the political spectrum and ignored by the other side. For example, here is a story by only one side of the political
IMF chief says Biden is the engagement and important signal to world cooperate.
spectrum and ignored by the other side.
Thing is, there aren't many left-wing papers.
For example, here is a story about how Elon Musk apparently pressured the Reddit CEO to moderate content on the site. Right away, we can see that the story has been covered by 12 sources. And out of these 12 sources, 75% lean left. And
Okay, that means nothing, to be quite honest. That doesn't mean anything, on its own at least. It's okay. Like if I see news about, for example, war in Ukraine, I'm not sure what the fact that it's covered by a right wing or left wing medium was gonna tell me necessarily inherently. Well, it depends, of course. If it's gonna be a MAGA sycophant related medium, then I might get some inkling, but otherwise.
and no right-wing sources have covered it. Ground News
Wait, what do you mean? Hold on, what do you mean?
also 75% of the story has been covered
Center. Oh, center is usually right leaning in on itself, but.
by 12 sources. And out of these 12 sources, 75% lean left. And no right-wing sources have covered it.
Okay, what does that tell us exactly? What is that supposed to tell us? What are we supposed to get from that? Oh no, 75% left and then centrist media covered this topic, and therefore what? Like if Lucy says something is conservative, I might have an idea of what that means, right? But I have no idea what this random editor on this site thinks is left or right. True. It could be the Morning Star in the UK, but you probably don't include that. No such thing as a centrist. True. True. Centrists are usually thinly veiled right-wingers, from my experience.
Ground News also makes it really easy
Like, what am I supposed to take from the fact that 75% of news outlets are allegedly left-wing that covered this particular topic?
compare headlines to see how political bias or ownership can affect the framing of a story. For example, this right-wing headline about how Trump is taking executive action to make DC safe and beautiful, while
Oh, I've heard of this, you know. Sure, it will affect the framing, sure. I mean, isn't this a story about Trump eliminating homeless camps? Which still baffles me, considering that Trump in the past has said that homelessness is, at the end of the day, most existential of problems that he sees he needs to solve. That he wants to protect homeless people, that he wants to save homeless people, and now that he is in power and has actual ability to do something about it, he creates more homelessness and further ruins the lives of those who are already homeless. So I have no clue what his... I guess he changed his mind. I guess he used to think that it's the most important thing of all to protect the homeless, and just something changed along the way. So...
While this left-leaning headline frames the same story as Trump wants Washington, D.C. to be Berlin 1939. What? I've been using Ground News for
I mean, interestingly enough...
Berlin 9 frames the executive action.
It's
to make
interestingly
DC
enough that...
this right-wing...
I mean, isn't this ridiculous as well? Trump launches task force to make DC safe and beautiful. Yeah, because eliminating the ability for homeless people to have any sort of space to live in is just making DC safe and beautiful. Got it. Perfect. Safe and beautiful.
headline
And deportation, of course.
about how Trump is taking executive action to make DC safe and beautiful, while this left-leaning headline frames the same story as Trump wants Washington.
What is the Daily Kos even? I'm not sure if I know this outlet, the Daily Kos. Huh. Interesting, John the Brazen.
Washington, D.C. to be Berlin 1939? What? I've been using Ground News for 4 years now because it's great, I love it, and it really helps me see how both sides frame things so differently. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is what I use to access all of their amazing features. This comes out to only $5 a month. That's like the price of a coffee. And it is so worth it. It is one of the first apps I check.
True, you should give me $5. That is a price of a coffee. You should give me a coffee. I deserve a coffee. I think I deserve a coffee, don't you? Jesus Christ. What a day. What a...
In the morning. It's great. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code on screen right here or use the link in the video description down below.
No
Again,
way.
that is ground.news/shoe or click the link down below. I think what they're doing is super important because it helps people approach the news in a more fair and balanced way, and I feel like we need that now more than ever.
I think we need more literacy, actually. I think we need more reading comprehension. I think we need more ability to analyze things. It's not just enough to have news from different mediums, from different spectrums. It's sides of the spectrum. It's more important that people actually understand what they read. In my opinion, of course.
So thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Right. Now let's get back to this
Oh, wow, I've actually not skipped it. I've analyzed the ad.
USAID deep dive, shall we? So Donald Trump and Elon Musk created the Department of Government Efficiency, aka Doge. Get it? Like the Reddit meme from 2012? Epic bacon, my fellow memers. Honestly, who am I to talk about dead memes? My username is Shoeonhead. So Doge's supposed goal seems to be cutting useless spending the government is making us pay taxes on.
Okay. You said spending as in, for example, teams that maintain nuclear arsenal, but, you know.
Now, I have very mixed feelings about taxes. From each...
Okay, Doge isn't just dealing with taxes. What? Where did that come from? Like, Doge doesn't just maintain taxation. What's... Okay. Whatever.
Each according to his ability. To each according to his needs. Taxation is theft! The tree of liberty will be refreshed with the blood of tyrants!
Yeah, that's exactly what I was afraid of. That is exactly what I was afraid of. This is what happens when a person just decides, oh yeah, I'm a political commentator now. I'm gonna throw my hat into the ring and I'm gonna do some commenting. Oh boy. This is what happens. This is what we get. This is what we all deserve, isn't it? This is exactly what we all deserve for the fact that this has 1 million viewers in 2 days. You bring this upon yourselves. But oh well. Who am I to complain?
Tyrants! My opinion has always been, if we are going to pay taxes in this country, could they at least go to things that actually help people, like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security...
Oh, all the things that the right wing doesn't care about. Okay, yeah, of course. When Doge makes cuts in spending, Trump is immediately going to direct it all towards improving healthcare and results for everybody. Of course, that's not duh. I spent the last several minutes thinking you weren't lying because the display was bugged. Hello, Red Rose. How are you? I heard you've been taking care of your relative. That's very admirable, as I said before. Also, that is the correct moment for me, I think, to say that if you like what I do, if you like my weird commentary and sarcastic way of delivery, then consider donating. If I'm being a little bit slower than usual, even slower than usual, and even more underwhelming when it comes to energy, then it's because I'm not feeling very well physically. My stomach hurts and I feel a bit cold right now. So if you're feeling that I'm even more anemic than usual, then that's the reason. But I'm drinking tea, so politics are that sickening, huh? Yes, they are. And only support and donations keep me going. Because every dollar goes to a good cause. Speaking of which, I'm gonna try to make a phone call again. One moment. As I make this phone call, do consider, you know, one moment. I had a work-related call. I have to do something now, real quick, before we continue watching the video. I have to make a little bit of a calculation. Mhm. Yeah. All right, we've done it. I'm sleepy, but I don't want to sleep yet because then the day will be over and I'll be time to sleep again and I won't be able to, and then I'll go to work tired. What a predicament. True. Harold Saxon 2131. Hey bro. Why are you calling me bro? First time chatter on Twitch called Harold Saxon 2131. Also, how are you? First time chatter already calls me bro. You should donate on Twitch if you're gonna be like that. It's just $5. As a famous content creator said.
Child tax credits, firefighters, fixing our bridges and roads, castrating.
Oh yeah, definitely Trump will take care of all these things. He's already on the way. Already is on the way to fix all these things, take care of them. Maybe it is a Doctor Who fan. Who knows? Are you talking about the Master? Was that the one? Harold Saxon? Was he the Master? Alright. Here come the drums. Let's go. Let's continue. Let us continue this reaction thing.
Pedophiles, government-funded girlfriends, things like that. And yes, we should be auditing the government. I think that's a good thing. Frankly, I don't care who does it as long as they do it well. Good things are good.
Well, it's just not exactly auditing the government as much as just butchering vital governmental institutions, such as, again, the group that oversaw the maintenance of nuclear arsenal. Which I'm never gonna get over. I'm never gonna find that not hilarious.
Bad things are bad. I'm anti-bad things, pro-good things. Those are my politics.
Amazing. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm pro... Okay.
And hating libertarians. Just kidding, I love libertarians. I get along great with them. As long as we don't talk about child labor. Anyway, Doge got straight to work, firing government workers and basically hiring my Twitter mutuals. What was once a theater kid occupied government is now a right-wing schizo poster occupied government. No, I am not joking.
So this is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname Big Balls online, so that would be one way that we could refer to him. He is now working at Musk's behest inside Doge.
If you had told me 10 years ago that Donald Trump and Elon Musk would hire some Zoomer named Big Balls to help audit the government, I'd believe it. Like, yeah, that checks out. They have no relevant experience. Most of them aren't old enough to rent a car. They're not even old enough to rent a car. They're in their 20s. We sent 18-year-olds to go die in the wars you cheerlead on, you evil hag. Why are they so focused on the ages of these people when our government is basically a retirement home? But honestly, I don't blame Hillary Clinton.
I mean, why are you so fixated on it?
If I were her, I also...
Like you just fixated on the point about the age instead of, I don't know, fixating on that person's ideology. That particular big balls ideology.
wouldn't want 22-year-olds in the government. Months before dismantling the Department of
Hilarious.
Education, or apparently Sesame Street, Doge's first order of business was dismantling U.S. aid.
Without providing any proof, Elon said USAID is a criminal organization. Oh yeah, they're an international crime syndicate hell-bent on helping people.
Pretty f***ed up, huh? Taking money away from an aid program.
I mean, yeah, it lead to pretty bad results, let's just say. I mean, maybe.
that helped
I'm not gonna...
people all around the world. Except USAID was not exactly that. In fact, it doesn't even f***ing stand for aid. It stands for a United States Agency for International Development. It has all to do with aid. But
Yeah, but in practice it did provide aid, so... What do you mean it has no... Okay. We're gonna do it. It has fuck all to do with aid, right? List of aid provided by USAID. Let's see if this Google search will get us any results. Okay, let's see if it really has fuck all to do with aid, as some would suggest, have us believe. Oh wow, even the AI is saying the United States Agency for International Development provides a wide range of aid to countries around the world. USAID helps low-income nations achieve self-sustaining socio-economic development by providing technical advice, training, scholarships, commodities, and financial assistance. Humanitarian aid. USAID provides emergency assistance to save lives and alleviate suffering during and after crises like floods, famines, or conflicts. Focuses on improving global health, particularly for diseases like HIV/AIDS, which, by the way, the cutting of this has had actually pretty big, people started dying, let's just say, tuberculosis, malaria, and influenza. Security assistance, assists in counter-terrorism efforts, supports democratic institutions, provides assistance to address food insecurity, environmental changes. In 2024, Ukraine received the most US foreign aid through USAID, amounting to $6.1 billion. But you know what?
honestly, for international development, it has all to do with aid.
I guess it has fuck all to do with aid because the word aid is not in the... If you because there's no word aid here. I guess it has nothing to do with aid then.
It has all to do with aid.
Perfect.
But honestly, I don't blame you for thinking it does. After all, they do make the word aid a different color in the logo.
I mean, yeah, don't... What? There you go, Wikipedia for this organization. I mean, yeah, I cannot be blamed for thinking that they provide aid, considering that they literally provide aid. Yes, it is. Yes, development in other countries is kind of aid. Purposes. USAID's centralized network of resident field missions is drawn on to manage US government programs in low-income countries for various purposes: disaster relief, poverty relief, technical cooperation on global issues, including the environment, US bilateral interests, socioeconomic development. Yeah, none of this has anything to do with aid, clearly. No aid provided. Brilliant. Brilliant. Early reading and literacy programs contribute to long-term development. USAID, Nigeria. Yes. Wasn't there a case of people in Africa dying because of USAID? USAID, Africa, HIV, death. Oh. 27th February 2025. South Africa, USAID cuts could prompt over 500,000 HIT deaths. Oh. Oh. Well, damn. That's not good, but I guess it has nothing to do with aid. Nothing at all. Wow, okay.
Those sneaky bastards. Although it said USAID provides 42% of global aid, the truth is most of those funds are just spent paying US contractors and secretly
Wait, hold on.
aid bastards. Although it's most of those funds are just spent paying
And non-governmental organizations, NGOs, right? NGOs. I know that people hate NGOs all of a sudden for some reason, but NGOs are actually very useful organizations that provide very useful services. Like the weird hate that NGOs are receiving all of a sudden is the local charities.
paying US contractors and secretly conducting regime change all around the world. And
Oh yes, the new CIA of the United States is USAID. Secretly, I've got the conspiracy already. Let's go.
in fact, 80% of all USAID funding goes to just 75 organizations, while only 6% of that goes to aid. And by auditing USAID, Doge exposed the true, real puppet masters behind the
Oh fuck me.
secret cabal of evil Doge only 6% of that
Wait, hold on.
that goes to funding goes to just 75 organizations.
That does not. It does not mean that. It does not mean that.
While only 6% of that goes to aid.
No, that it does not mean that only 6% goes to
just
aid.
75 organizations.
Those 75 organizations could be providing aid. That makes no... It does not follow that since 80% of US aid is awarded to only 75 organizations, it means that only 6% goes to aid, quote unquote. That makes no sense. Well, why? How are we getting this conclusion? I've not been walked through. I feel like we were missing some steps, and I also feel like those steps don't exist. So. Maybe.
While only 6% of that goes to aid. And by auditing USAID, Doge exposed the true, real puppet masters behind the secret cabal of evil masterminds funding the woke ideology spreading all around the globe.
Are we saying this unironically, or is this just a bit?
You. Yes, it was you, American taxpayer. Turns out the deep state was the friends we made along the way. And
yeah,
yet-
the woke initiatives such as Ukrainian NGOs being able to, investigate war crimes. So woke. We have to do something about it. Especially since, as we've seen before, Ukraine has been the biggest recipient of US aid in 2024. So, the wokest country.
Yes, it's true, we are spending billions of dollars in our tax money to fund things like teaching Sri Lankan journalists how to avoid binary gendered language, combating disinformation in Kazakhstan, promoting
What's wrong with combating disinformation? Oh yeah, I forgot. Of course, Siwon Head would be against combating disinformation. Silly me. Of course, that would be considered silly by Siwon Head.
inclusion in Vietnam.
What's wrong with What's wrong with this one? What's wrong with promoting inclusion? You cannot just give me a list of things and conclude it's all silly without getting into it, without explaining why it's silly, why it's a waste of money.
Millions to an Armenian LGBT group.
That tells me nothing. That tells me nothing about what... It tells me nothing of whether or not it's good or bad.
Millions to rebuild the Cuban media ecosystem.
What? Oh, come on. If you're gonna... Really? That's considered a waste? That's considered not aid? Building Cuban media code, that's considered not aid? Not aiding... Helping to build a system of giving people information, that's considered not aid? That's considered a waste of money? With Artro, the audience is left to make their own conclusions and leaps in logic if Siwon Head doesn't explain why it's bad. It's true. Some of it is just ridiculous, okay? Why is it bad to rebuild the Cuban media ecosystem? I guess keeping the public informed is just woke and bad. And ridiculous, waste of money.
Millions for LGBT causes in the Western Balkans.
I have no clue why this is bad.
Millions for LGBT activism in Uganda.
No clue why this is bad.
Millions for atheism in Nepal.
I don't even know what this means. Millions for atheism in Nepal. I have no clue what that means. I have no clue what that entails. I have no context. I have no explanation. I'm just expected to silently agree that it's correct. I'm just expected to nod to this and say, oh yeah, this is very bad, even though I have no clue what this is or what any of this even means. Millions for atheism in Nepal. She thinks disinformation efforts are, and because she doesn't trust anyone to define it. I remember her doing a video. Yeah, sure.
Nepal, millions for male circumcision around the world, and 2
Wait, what?
million in Nepal, millions for male circumcision around the world, and $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala.
Okay. Like, that's just, you cannot just read it out. Now you have to go through them one by one and explain to me what exactly is wrong with these.
And many other things that were so ridiculous I had to double check to make sure I wasn't being trolled.
Oh, okay, it's just ridiculous. It's just on its face ridiculous. No explanation needed. Got it. This is the level of political commentary that we're getting. 1 million views. But surprisingly only 96,000 likes. Jesus. Oh, there you go. Speaking of conspiracy, it's news only to Americans. In any country that USAID operates, they sponsor up to 90% anti-government media and circles. Ukraine, Maidan 2013. Maidan actually was primarily in 2014. Was made using 3 billion USAID money. It was just a propaganda device for US to change any regime they don't like. It's ridiculous. Yes, because Euromaidan it had nothing to do with people actually standing up to Yanukovych's regime. Nothing at all. It was just USAID basically replacing him, of course. It all makes sense.
Taxpayer-funded sex changes in Guatemala. We don't even do that here. Now, you might be saying, shoo, this
Okay, then criticize that it's not being done here. I don't know why.
seems like or I wasn't being trolled. Tackling other things that were so ridiculous
So ridiculous that I had to see if I wasn't being trolled. This thing, we don't even do it here. Okay, the fact that it's not done here, and by here I mean the United States, doesn't mean that it's ridiculous. It just means it's not done in the United States. And you can just criticize that it's not done in the United States. Like, what? Why is it ridiculous?
had to double check to make sure I wasn't being trolled. Taxpayer-funded sex changes in Guatemala? We don't even do that here. Now, you might be saying,
Well, why is it okay? We're really uncovering the dark underbelly of USAID now.
shoo, this seems like some stupid anti-woke shit. And yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You got me. But I ask you, young naive liberal, why the f*** was John Bolton once the head of USAID? John Bolton, for those of you who are unaware, is an infamous neocon hack. He's literally criticized Trump for not being enough of a warmonger.
Okay.
Neocon hacks, for those same few of you who are unaware, are the people in our government responsible for meddling with other countries all around the world and getting us into wars for basically funsies.
Oh my god. Is Shuanhead gonna comment on Ukraine? Is this gonna be is this gonna be a thing that's gonna happen in this video? She's gonna go and get into how the US oh god. I saw a Euromaidan comment down there. This is gonna be
People who suck the teat of Raytheon, Boeing, etc. The military-industrial complex's favorite Discord kittens. These guys come in shades of red and blue. So why was John Bolton, a red guy, in charge of the same program, USAID, that is sending American taxpayer money to foreign countries to have things like trans pride parades? The truth is, the USAID thing goes a lot deeper than what a lot of Republican
oh boy. Yeah, the rabbit hole. This is investigative journalism at its best.
commentators are saying. It wasn't just a bunch of libtards in government wasting our money on stupid woke things. No. There's way more than that. You see, it's current year and we can't just do old-fashioned imperialism anymore. The people don't like that. It's a new era, so we have
Yeah,
to
it's
just...
called soft power, and it's a thing, yes. Soft power is a thing. It's not some dark, secrety underbelly that you're discovering bravely. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew that apart from aid, US aid is also a way for the US to project power into the world. But apparently Trump doesn't understand it because he wants to completely cut away that avenue of projecting power. So
set up in glitter and rainbows.
how deep does the conspiracy go? None of you know.
Put it bluntly, USAID is nothing but another form of taxpayer-funded regime change, wearing an innocent mask of aid.
Oh my god, this is so stupid. Yes. This is why the Euromaidan comment.
Shut up, Shu! You dumb bimbo populist! You reactionary shitlord! You cry, tears running down your fat, retarded face. The United States is just giving foreign countries billions of dollars out of the kindness of their hearts! Oh yeah? I have a lovely bridge on sale down the road. Would you like to buy it? Listen.
This is so stupid. I cannot. Things are only good when they're done from the goodness of one's heart, okay? Any military support to Ukraine is only worth anything if it's done absolutely 100% out of the goodness of the giver's heart. Okay, if countries provide aid, it has to be done from the goodness of the country's heart, or else the aid is completely worthless, okay? It's toilet paper. You just wipe your ass with all the weapons and other means of aid. What? What is this childish thinking? What is this childish thinking? You know that good things can be done for cynical reasons, or even in order to move forward, in order to perpetuate a country's influence and soft power. Those are not contradictory positions. It can still involve aid, actual aid. Those things are not contradictory. What am I supposed to take from this? Oh no, the aid is not happening because there's kind-heartedness and love involved. Wow, whoa. I'm really breaking new ground here. I'm really learning. I'm really being educated now.
Listen, despite all its faults, I love America, and I love the American people. But if you
Wow, so brave to say.
believe the corrupt, greedy bureaucrats running the deep state of this country do anything out of the kindness of their hearts, you are a sweet, innocent...
Oh my god. This is our political commentary of the day. The person that has 2.21 million subs, 1 million views on this, whatever this is. Perfect. She was almost the perfect woman. More people need to look at politics like you from all sides. It's really heartwarming to see the shadow government seeding divisive IDPOL in other countries now that it's running so well at home. Jesus Christ Almighty. I can fix her. Oh boy.
Angel, and you need to be protected at all costs. I especially side-eye any leftist who has the nerve to run defense for USAID, especially those who call themselves socialists or commies, considering the fact that USAID was basically originally created to destroy communist countries.
Where was I? South Africa, HIV deaths to rise after suspension of US aid. Well. Africa HIV deaths to mount as Trump stops funding. Oh, there was also another story. US aid, Ukraine. Cut. USAID cuts impact Ukraine projects. USAID freeze puts key Ukrainian reforms. Oh, hold on. What's this? What is this? USAID freeze puts key Ukrainian reforms and humanitarian efforts at risk. Whoa. The sudden suspension of USAID funding is sending shockwaves across Ukraine, halting projects in healthcare, energy, and anti-corruption reform. While alternative funding sources are scarce, the situation presents opportunities for both allies and malign actors alike. Well, what do you know? But you know, USAID has nothing to do with aid. It actually has, as we all know, fuck all with aid. It's just regime changes all around. Perfect. Yes, you're making a lot of sense. You're really showing me the deep, dark underbelly of USAID. I'm being enlightened by a brilliant political commentator.
The world. Established in
A pundit. An influencer.
In 1961 by President John F. Kennedy under the noble guise of aiding developing nations, USAID was, in many respects, an instrument during the Cold War to counter Soviet influence and keep the Third World from crafting its own socioeconomic model.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, sure, but... Okay.
A year after President John Kennedy created USAID in 1961, he told its directors that, as we do not want to send American troops to a great many areas where freedom may be under attack, we send you.
Okay, it's called soft influence. Instead of using hard power, use soft influence to, influence places around the world. What is the... Again, also I'm pretty sure the organization has changed its goals since 1961. God almighty. I'm gonna go to the toilet. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I guess this is just a concept that is completely foreign to Shuon Head. The political pundit. So now I need to wait for it to cool again. Also, can we recognize that countries and organizations are most of the time not just good or quote unquote evil? And we recognize that organizations can do bad things in certain areas and good things in others? Can we recognize that as much as there are things to criticize USAID for because they've done apparently some pretty shady stuff in some areas in the world? They've also provided pretty tangible aid in many other places. So, this is just conspiracy baiting. This whole video is just conspiracy. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Silly. Nonsense. I don't know.
It wasn't long before the CIA spotted an opportunity to extend its reach. In 1962, USAID launched its Office of Public Safety to send agents around the world under the guise of training police officers. But as it turned out, the trainers were busy teaching enhanced interrogation techniques, a euphemism for torture. The scandal broke out in 1966, and although the office was finally shut down in 1974, the dark practices persisted within military and intelligence circles. By 1980, USAID Administrator John Gilligan was candid enough to describe the agency as nothing more than a graduate school for the CIA. At one time, many aid field offices were infiltrated from top to bottom with CIA people, he said. It was pretty well known in the agency who they were and what they were up to. The idea was to plant operatives in every kind of activity we had overseas, government, volunteer, religious, every kind. USAID
And what is this supposed to tell me? Is this supposed to tell me that USAID provides zero aid? That tells me nothing.
was quickly nicknamed the CIA's little sister. Oh, and here is John Bolton holding a trophy given to him by USAID in the shape of a hand grenade. Yeah.
Why are we talking about 60s, 70s, and 80s? By the way. This is... Come on.
Nothing to see here, folks. So let's talk about Zun Zane.
And what is that supposed to... Oh my god, John Bolton was given an award. Holy crap. You can build so many conspiracies on top of that. It's incredible. It's great.
Yo, shall we? Sit down. I love this story. Taken directly from Wikipedia, Zunzaneo was an online social networking and microblogging service created by the United States Agency for International Development, aka USAID, and marketed to Cuban users. It was covertly developed as a long-term strategy to encourage Cuban youths to revolt against the nation's government. The developers aimed to use non-controversial content, such as sports and music, to build up subscribers and then to slowly introduce political messages through social bots to encourage dissent in an astroturfing initiative. So basically, USAID created a fake-ass social media platform in Cuba with our tax dollars, flooded it...
I mean, it wasn't fake, it was real. The social platform was not fake. It is like saying a nuclear program by the US is bad because the displaced people in a bikini. Such an absurd argument.
It would bot content about like sports and music and whatever, just to make it seem normal, then slowly started to manipulate the users and create political division on the app between Cuban citizens in order to create political chaos in this country and a potential uprising. So yeah, how dare we take money away from those starving undercover agents? To make things even...
Africa HIV deaths to mount as Trump stops funding. I guess those are all those HIV-stricken people are just undercover agents. Forgive me. Whoops. HIV deaths, for example, dropped by 51% globally between 2010 and 2023. Let me see. Nature. But the administration of President Donald Trump has cut billions of dollars of spending for global health, including dismantling the U.S. Agency for International Development and freezing foreign aid. Researchers have been trying to study the potential impact of the funding cuts. John Stour and an infectious diseases modeler at Avenir Health, a global health organization in Glastonbury, Connecticut, and his colleagues used mathematical models to estimate health outcomes. Should all US funding for global health be cut and not replaced compared with outcomes if funding provided in 2024 were to continue through to 2040? The results were posted on the preprint server SSRN earlier this month and have not been... Oh, they have not been peer-reviewed, then I don't care. The Guardian. US shutdown the FIG fund could lead. US aid cuts to clinics dispensing antiretroviral drugs would be death sentence for mothers and children, experts warn. Whoops. But I guess those are just agents, so whatever. That's not important. Those are just agents. But yes, I guess those things are just unimportant. Like, you know that US can project soft power onto the world while also providing actual real aid, actual real tangible aid. You know that it's possible, right?
More sus. The money...
Yeah. Giving health workers such as HIV funding to other countries is important. Instead of cutting all foreign aid, a better government only cut what is not needed. So that builds up on your early point on how governments can do both good and bad. We should just remove the bad things and keep doing the good things. We can create a better America, but Trump cutting all foreign aid is not that. Yeah.
he spent on Zunzaneo was publicly documented as an unnamed project in Pakistan. Yes, this fake-ass social media psyop they created in Cuba was documented by our government as being a project in Pakistan. Now,
Okay.
think of all the other weird shit USAID was supposedly funding. Those sex changes in Guatemala.
Oh, okay. Now we're getting neck deep into conspiracy. And now just think. Now think what could be happening. I'm not gonna provide any evidence probably. I'm not gonna provide any context, any explanation, but just think. Think.
Were they really sex changes in Guatemala? Or
Yeah. What were they?
were they some covert psyop being done somewhere else in the world? I guess we'll never know now.
Yeah. This is not conspiracy baiting at all. Brilliant. Brilliant. I love in-depth political analysis. This is what I live for.
Using social media to divide the masses and create political division. You don't think... No. They wouldn't do that. I mean, it's kind of weird they asked the former founder of Twitter to help with this project, but no. They would only do social media psyops in other countries, right? Right? In March 2024, a document was
God.
exposed that revealed USAID was running covert psyops all around the internet in order to combat populist misinformation about the government on Twitch, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, and 4chan.
Okay. Combating misinformation. Go on. Go on. I've noticed that right-leaning, let's just say, people tend to really hate combating misinformation, but
Although its internal justification was halting the flow of mis- and disinformation, it seemed particularly concerned with malinformation, a concept it defines as speech that is factually correct but misleading, i.e., bothersome truths the US government would prefer the public does not know.
no. No, it's about framing. No, you can actually take factual information and twist it in a way that will be misinformation. Let's just... Oh my god, I'm feeling like my brain is leaking out of my ears. Well, malinformation, what is it? Let's learn. Oh, there's a whole Wikipedia article on it. Interesting. Let's go. Malinformation is information which is based on fact but removed from its original context in order to mislead, harm, or manipulate. Whether something should be considered malinformation can be therefore contain an element of subjectivity, and it is therefore a controversial concept. Proponents of the term argue that malinformation is often used in conjunction with disinformation and misinformation as part of orchestrated campaigns to spread untruths. A phenomenon known as fake news, critics believe the concept can be used to censor dissenting opinions. Interesting. It's about framing.
USAID suggests directing the public toward mainstream corporate sources of information and psychologically inoculating them against inconvenient facts that challenge US power by pre-bunking information before people see it. Pre-bunking includes discrediting the brand, the credibility, and reputation of those making false allegations.
Okay, that doesn't tell me anything on its own.
In other words, a state-directed attack against alternative media and critics of the US government.
Yeah, I'm not against... Okay, I need to have examples. I need to have any sort of context for this. Because the alternative media, I hate to say it, for the most part is a shit... It's shit, okay? It's a cesspool of misinformation. Okay, it's your Tim Pools, Joe Rogans, and the like. That is the alternative media. So, what am I supposed to take from this?
So basically, USAID was funding a bunch of dorks to go all around social media and be like, source? Every time someone criticizes the government. This is somehow more pathetic than when I used to use an alt account to defend myself on BreadTube subreddits. That is...
You're stupid. You're so stupid. Like, if people still don't understand the power of social media in informing people's opinions and sort of building narratives and moving people's leanings in certain directions, then I don't know what to tell you. If you think it's pathetic to start to try to get a handle on the so-called alternative media, as evidenced by you, by the way. You are part of the so-called alternative media. And so far I'm highly unimpressed. In fact, I'd even actually apply the term malinformation to some of the things that you've said here in this video. What now?
is basically what our government was doing. Also, I like how this implies the people you called a Fed online might have actually been a Fed. There is a chance that you may have fought with a federal agent, a USAID federal agent on Twitter or 4chan. This also
God have mercy on my
implies that,
soul.
like, streamers and social media influencers you know may have been funded by USAID.
Wow. You got me. I am funded by USAID, even though I'm a small insignificant Polish streamer. You got me.
But who? Who among us? Who would be willing to unquestionably, enthusiastically suck establishment cock that hard?
For all the bad stuff America does around the world, USAID was just an organization that did a lot of nice things. Like it put a lot of money into efforts to help people in a variety of ways, like both materially and culturally. It's just like a nice way for the United States to have a positive presence around the world.
I mean, that was a pretty naive statement, but
For the record, I do not actually believe Destiny is being funded by USAID.
Wow.
I just thought that transition was funny. I fucking love that quote though. USAID. It was just a nice organization that did a lot of nice things, like culturally help people around the world. Culturally help people? Why are we in the business of cultural imperialism?
what?
Why do we have to culturally enrich Latin America or the fucking Balkans? So not only are we the world police, but we are now
I have no clue where she got that from.
the world
Culturally enrich. I have no clue where she got that from.
And I will see you next time with a
Wait, did I just-
recognizing mice, and you can't even pay your spies.
How did I skip this so far? How did I skip it here?
I just thought that transition was funny. I fucking love that quote. Culturally help people.
I've
Help
no-
people? Why are we in the business of cultural imperialism? Why do we have to
This is just rambling.
culturally enrich Latin America or the fucking Balkans? So not only are we the world police, but we are now the world HR department? No thank you. Why are we spending billions of dollars doing fuck ass shit in other countries while ours crumbles? I don't care
Yeah, the US is crumbling. Brilliant.
about teaching gender studies to Ugandans. The pothole in front of my house hasn't been filled in 3 years. These
I mean, these are not mutually exclusive things.
are my taxes, and I believe my taxes should go to help people in my country. I don't think that's controversial to say. And I know many conservatives agree with me. I'll always hear them say, we can't be spending money in Ukraine. We have to take care of our own. And then they just don't take care of their own. Because that's socialism or communism or something. Listen, do you actually want to
Also, again, those are not mutually exclusive things, okay? This sort of thing that is being put forward about the United States either being able to support Ukraine or support efforts at home is just ridiculous. Why didn't USAID fix my potholes, liberal? I have no clue.
take care of your own? Do you actually want your taxes to go towards helping the poor and sick and families in this country? Are you actually America first, or are you corporate?
Yeah, because the United States is such a poor country that has to really ration what it spends its money on.
And foreign countries first. I'm more than happy to work with you on good things to fix this country. But I don't think the establishment GOP is.
You don't want able-bodied workers on a program that is intended, for example, for single mothers with 2 small children who's just trying to make it. That's what Medicaid is for, not for 29-year-old males sitting on their couches playing video games. We're going to find those guys and we're going to send them back to work.
First of all, Medicaid is for anyone who needs it, period. And second of all, 29-year-old guys? You mean your fucking voter base? You mean the very demographic that is shifting the entire country in your direction? Those guys? Yeah, we're just wasting so much money helping young men. Those greedy gamers just gobbling up all the tax money. Not massive tax cuts to corporations and the rich. Not all the money to the bloated military-industrial complex. No. Gamers. Young men who can't find a job, can't afford a house, can't afford college. Young men-
Gamers, the most downtrodden group. The most gamers, as always, are the most, you know, the prejudice, the persecution is real. The article she cited in the YouTube description said USA cuts by Trump also are hurting the funding of Cuban and Burmese, Iranian and Ukrainian journalism. Yeah, of course. Not just Ukrainian journalism, Ukrainian NGOs that do investigation into war crimes. But yeah, journalism. Yeah, 100%.
Men who can't build a family because of the society you created. Those guys, they need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and pay for their own Medicare. This care isn't for them, it's for women. What? Great to know both sides of the establishment fucking hate young men. Anyway, sorry, I
Yeah, it's all always about just young men and no one else.
popped off. Let's get back on topic. Now, USAID did do some good things. I won't deny that. But even
Oh, okay. Can you name them? Can you make a list like you did before? Or we're just gonna say, yeah, they did good things. Moving on. Like you present that as with a whole list of ridiculous things, quote unquote. Present us a list of the good things.
some of the good things that USAID did were nothing but a bunch of fronts. Using Cuba as
Oh, I guess USAID in Ukraine was all just a front. To what? I have no clue, but I'm sure that Siobhan Head will explain it to us at some point. Maybe?
an example again because these are some of the only ones that have been exposed so far. There was a USAID program called the Travelers Project that was said to be an HIV.
Yeah, maybe USAID has done some good things, but those were all fronts. I'm not gonna actually substantiate any of it, but trust me, bro. It's just all a front. It's just all a front to some shady business that you should all know about. Brilliant. Cool. I think after this video we're gonna relax with something because this is
Prevention workshop. But yet again, it was nothing but another covert regime change psyop. This was exposed in 2014 by the Associated Press. Young Venezuelans and Peruvians were deployed by USAID to Cuba's college campuses for $5.41 an hour. Really, USAID? Billions of dollars force feminizing mice, and you can't even pay your spies a living wage?
force feminizing mice. Okay. I'm pretty sure this has been debunked, but let's go. Does USAID force feminize mice? Because, yeah, speaking of misinformation. Oh, God. The White House. Oh wow, okay. Trump decried millions spent making mice transgender. It was cancer and asthma research. Oh, I have to pay. Well, no, I don't actually. Even among the many lies and distortions in President Donald Trump's never-ending address to Congress on Tuesday evening, one claim stood out. The chief executive of the United States told the country that the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has uncovered an outrageous expenditure authorized by the previous administration, a whopping $8 million for making mice transgender. Yeah, we're transing the mice. Speaking of... No, not yet. It's not time for my HRT yet. The number, like so many offered up by oligarch Elon Musk's government gutting pet project, was essentially pulled out of thin air. Doge has been forced to delete many receipts of the supposed billions in wasteful spending it has identified because of absurd errors in its reporting. Last month, for instance, it touted the cancellation of an $8 billion contract that was in fact worth $8 million. It's for the transgender mice It's possible that the Trump's regime's sweeping efforts to root out language associated with diversity, equity, and inclusion led them to health studies that involve transgenic mice, lab research mice, that have been genetically altered to better model human disease response. They have been called a revolutionary research resource for medical advancements. Oh, so it has the word trans in it. Therefore, turning mice transgender. That's brilliant. Brilliant. In removing certain words from federal agency documents, the administration has repeatedly deleted documents unrelated to its cultural war concerns, including a database that helps doctors determine whether to test pregnant women for HIV, and sections of the IRS employee handbook that refer to inequity and inclusion as financial terms. A clumsy or automated search for any mention of trans material in medical records might easily have flagged transgenic studies. God. Okay, Lettuce, you have to link me an article in the side chat or anything about the actual trans mice. But this is also factual. This research has actually been cut, okay? The transgenic mice one. Yet the White House doubled down today on Trump's line, sharing a government webpage that declared, in a slightly more nuanced phrasing, yes, Biden spent millions on transgender animal experiments. As is typical of Doge, the page tallies up spending in a completely misleading way in order to arrive at an arbitrary number. One line item for more than 3 million was research examining how sex-specific inflammatory mechanisms controlled by hormones may contribute to asthma, and whether estrogens account for a higher prevalence of the chronic lung disease in women. A different hormone study priced at 1.2 million indeed used transgenic, not transgender mice. About 2.5 million went to a fertility study. Another project looked at how gender hormones affect the gut microbiome of mice. Of the highlighted research that does address transgender health, there's 300,000 analysis of breast cancer risk to female to male trans individuals taking testosterone. Again, the mice used for clinical purposes did not undergo gender transition. A single entry pegged at 455,000 was for HIV researchers, looking at the immune response of mice who had been given cross-hormone therapy, which is perhaps the closest the list gets to an example of making mice transgender. Clearly, however, that was not the ultimate objective of their work. So, yeah. Yep.
Wage said. Anyway, they were used to recruit college students into political organizations with the goal of turning them against their government. The goal of, once again, creating political division. In the exposed memos about this, USAID called their HIV workshop the, quote, perfect excuse. Right. But we're totally funding DEI in Vietnam for pure humanitarian reasons, I'm sure. This was...
I mean, it's the result that counts, not the reasons. Okay, again, deaths in Africa will spike because of cutting in USAID. Is that false, or is Siobhan had got to debunk that?
done so sloppily that even our boy John Bolton came out and disavowed it, but not without saying he thought it was a good idea in principle. Yes, it's a great idea to create taxpayer-funded secret psyops all over the world in order to f with other countries' politics. Just don't recruit.
I mean, again, it's called soft power. If you don't like America being a world power, then I don't know.
Teenagers to do it next time, okay? What? I honestly just think it's kind of funny we were funding anti-socialist agendas all around the world and disguising it as social progressivism. Don't think too hard about that one.
You do know that the Cold War is over, right? You do know that we're not living in the 60s, 70s, or even gasp 80s. I know your age is starting to show, but you know,
Now, Cuba was
we're not in the 80s anymore. The Cold War is over.
the only place USAID was culturally helping. On January 12, 2010, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti, killing 220,000 people, injuring another 300,000, and leaving 1.5 million more homeless. In the wake of the catastrophe, the United States provided $1.6 billion in reconstruction funding to Haiti, $651 million of which went to USAID. Rather than employing Haitian construction companies, USAID contracted out the rebuilding projects to international firms. For instance, Minnesota-based construction firm Thor was awarded $18 million in contracts, and Mexico-based firm Cemex received over $7 million. But by far the largest recipient of USAID funding in Haiti was Washington, D.C. based contractor Chemonics International, who received over $200 million to carry out a total of 141 projects. In fact, USAID awarded more money to Chemonics than to the entire Haitian government in the wake of the earthquake. An audit conducted on Chemonics revealed that the company had a tendency to not finish jobs, evaluated its own project on arbitrary criteria not having to do anything with the project, and failed to set timelines, causing some projects to fall behind schedule. In one case, Chemonics was contracted to build Haiti's new parliament building, but what they constructed came out half-finished and unusable. The company only built the framework of the building, not even erecting interior walls to divide office spaces, nor did they bother to furnish the building. Left with this, the Haitian government was forced to draw $775,000 from its public treasury to complete the project. Despite these disastrous results, Chemonics to this day remains USAID's top contractor. The construction company was awarded $506.4 million in contracts in 2020.
Okay, we can talk about that sort of negligence, but does that mean that no reconstruction happened?
Alone. In a leaked email exposed by WikiLeaks, they described this tragedy as a gold rush, ensuring that it would be great for international companies. Seems like the only thing they are culturally helping is their own wallets.
I mean, reconstruction has nothing to do with cultural efforts. What does disaster aid have to do with culture? Yeah, it's just giving money to bad contractors. But I'm not sure what this...
Right? And you know how you always hear about how poor people are in Venezuela and how the politicians are so rich and live in luxury? Yeah, part of that has to do with USAID. Billions of dollars of aid we sent to Venezuela just lined the pockets of US-backed politicians there. Only 2% of the aid we sent to Venezuela actually went to help Venezuelans. So at this point, the whole world...
Wait, okay. Can I get any citation on this? Do I have to look it up? Do I have to look it up in real time now?
world was basically sick of USAID's bullshit. In 2013, Bolivian President Evo Morales expelled USAID officials from his country on the grounds that the agency had conspired against his government by allegedly manipulating social movements in the country. He also charged that a previous USAID program that sought to help cocoa farms switch to new crops was politically motivated.
Evo Morales, USAID. we're just looking for Evo Morales. Evo Morales. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting.
Russia expelled the agency in 2012 for similar.
Oh, Russia. Oh, yeah. I really care about Russia expelling USAID. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Oh, wow. That really is a signifier of something. Wow, Russia did? No way. That really exposes the dark underbelly of USAID. If Russia expelled it, oh, oof.
reasons. Its foreign ministry argued in a statement that USAID attempts to influence political
Oh yeah, the Cuba Iranian has removed Evo Morales from power, but luckily the believing people were able to get back their democracy later.
processes through its grants. And in February, Kenyan Cabinet Secretary Francis Kimimya claimed that his government had evidence that USAID had hired activists to organize anti-government protests in Nairobi.
Even if I grant all of that, and Russia, I'm just gonna laugh, okay? But even if we grant that, it doesn't change the things that it did in places like Ukraine, in Africa about HIV, etc. Again, organizations can do bad and good things, okay? Countries can do good and bad things. And the fact that the US uses USAID as a form of extending soft power is just to treat that as some revelation is just silly. Hello, Neil Shadaka. Welcome to the stream. I encourage you dearly to join the page and, you know, support your favorite streamer, which at this point I hope it's me, okay? Hopefully it's me. Especially since my stomach hurts a lot today. I might need to go to the doctor at some point. And for that, I will need your help, your funds.
in an effort to topple the government. Oh, and if you're wondering why so many news outlets and journalists were freaking out over the potential shutting down of USAID, yeah, it's
Because they're all bought. They're all just in on the conspiracy, of course. They're just all part of the conspiracy. Of course you are? Really?
probably because it's where their paychecks were coming from.
Oh, there you go. They're all paid. They're all bought. Of course, every single person that reported on USAID is bought. A bot shill. Thank you, Nela Shadaka. Thank you so much. Thank you. Consider subscribing and not being white as well. I'm drinking warm tea today because my stomach is really feeling bad. If I seem more out of energy than usual, it's because I'm ill. Okay? McKay?
Yeah, apparently USAID was funding about 6,200 journalists and 707 news outlets all across the world. Not even just America.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything. Again, oh my god. USAID funded journalists. That surely must mean that there's shady US aid was involved in rebuilding media ecosystems. You listed that as a ridiculous thing. So yeah, that also involves funding journalists. What am I supposed to take from this alone, again, without any context or explanation? Oh, USAID funded journal. Oh no.
For example, the editor-in-chief of a Ukrainian news outlet wrote that
There you go.
destroying USAID was a greater threat to Ukrainian journalism than the Russian invasion. What? There were
Well, okay,
independent Iranian journalism
Again,
than the Russian invasion.
again, I'm gonna have to get some explanation on this because this is pretty straightforward.
What? There were independent outlets shutting down everywhere, including Russia after the USAID freeze. So we were apparently funding media in both Ukraine and Russia.
I'm playing both sides so that I always come out on top.
Serbia, Moldova, Russia.
I'm playing both sides.
Media in both Ukraine and Russia. There were independent Iranian journalism than the Russian invasion. What? There were independent outlets shutting down everywhere, including Russia after the USAID freeze.
What the fuck does that even... What? Yes. What is that? What is the point that you're making with Ukraine and Russia? Oh my god.
So we were apparently funding media in both Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah, independent media. Russian and Ukrainian independent media. What's the problem here? What exactly is the shocking revelation here? What is the gasp moment that I'm supposed to derive from this? What the hell?
I'm playing both sides so that I always come out on top.
What do you mean both sides? Those are independent media, you idiot.
Serbia, Moldova, all
Moldova.
across Latin America, independent outlets shutting down everywhere. All because the little sister of the CIA can't pay no mo. So I've
What the fuck? What was this supposed to be some brilliant insight? Yeah, if independent outlets don't have a source of funding, they cannot continue to function. And USA was that source of funding. What is the... And you throwing around the term CIA's younger sister will not change that. I mean, even if you influence the media in both countries, that wouldn't be playing both sides. Is that even influencing? It's funding the existence of independent media. It doesn't automatically translate to influencing it. It's just silly.
I have a question. Why the f were we funding media in all these other countries?
Why not? I pose an opposite question to you. Why not? That is the definition of aid, you idiot. Like, first you say USAID has fuck all to do with aid, okay? Then you give clear examples of aid, funding independent media, and I would just turn around and say, why are we providing aid? These two things cannot be true at the same time. Either USAID has fuck all to do with aid, okay? Or it does provide aid and you just don't like the fact that it provides aid. And that's it. Hello, fake Alec Parker. USAID is vital to fighting disease in other countries. I mean, it is, and getting it already is showing results in people dying, but that's, we've already discussed that briefly. This is ridiculous. Either USAID is not providing aid, has nothing to do with it, or it provides it and you just don't like it. Just so silly. Yes, fake Alec Carl Parker? Did you upload a new video or something? Just so frustrating. So frustrating. Oh, okay. Oh god, this video is just wow. I feel like it really uncovered the deep, seedy underbelly of USAID. Wow.
Well, the CEO for the Center of Investigative Reporting, a USAID-supported Bosnian media organization, said it best. Quote, "If you are funded by the US government, there are certain topics that you would simply not go after, because the US government has its interests that are above all else." Oh,
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get examples. What sort of topics did the independent Ukrainian media never touch?
guess that answers my question.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't answer anything at all. You missed a lot of brain rot, Vladimir. You missed a lot of brain rot. It doesn't answer anything, actually.
USAID is also ridden with other scandals, such as covering up a child sex abuse ring in Kenya, kidnapping and torturing people in Uruguay, forced sterilizing 300,000 Peruvian women, and the famous one you all know, funding drug production in Afghanistan. Oopsie poopsies, we did little fucky wuckies. Now think about all the other shit that hasn't been exposed. These aren't mistakes.
There you go. Think about all these conspiratorial things that you could be thinking about.
These aren't flukes. These aren't little fucky wuckies. This is what this program was set out to do. This is why it was
Drug production.
created. We were quite literally funding Globo Homo as a sneaky way to do regime change and American intervention. Or do
Yes, of course.
you think we're spending $1 million in Nepal to promote atheism because Hinduism?
Yes, the biggest recipient of USAID in 2024 was Ukraine. So I would like you to go on ahead and spin the narrative what regime change is prepared in Ukraine by USAID and what Globo Homo is being promoted there. I guess the Globo Homo of investigating war crimes. Brilliant.
Is such a threat. You're cute. The United States won't sleep until there's an ugly progress flag hanging on Starbucks on every
America does bad things, but Trump destroyed USAID. Does not fix anything, just makes things worse. Yeah.
corner of every street all over the world from Latin America to the Middle East. Ah yes, the greatest American exports, butt, sex, and war. There are a shit ton of old left-wing articles you can find
Oh my god, the war thing. Oh god.
online spanning back to like 2010, even earlier.
Brain dead. This is why I said that media literacy should be a priority, not just reading things from left and right-wing sources, because this is what happens. This is what happens when you...
About how evil USAID is. Now suddenly liberals are acting like it's another fucking beacon of democracy that we have to cry and piss and...
Almost 3 hours of pure America-centric brain rot. God damn, what content. Wait, have I been covering this for 3 hours? No way I've been covering this for 3 hours. No way in hell I've been covering this for 3 hours. Hold on. Really? This video is 26 minutes. Have I been really covering this for 3 hours? There's no way. There's simply no way. No, I haven't. I have been only covering this for 2 hours, give or take. Which is still too much, but whatever. Alright, you can find left-wing articles about literally anything. I know. Time passes when you're having... Are we having fun? Are we though? Are we having fun?
Shit about just because it's Trump getting rid of it. Frankly, I don't care. If they start dismantling things that I do care about, things that do actually help the American people.
Oh, do you mean dismantling teams that maintain the nuclear arsenal? Do you mean those sort of things? Do you mean the dismantling teams that are investigating malpractice in Elon Musk's companies? I don't know, Lucy. Have you?
Then I will care. Exposed where the trillions
Oh, I guess you don't care then. I guess those things are not important to you. Got it. Gotcha. Cancer research? Pfft. Whatever.
dollars we spent on the Iraq war went next, please. Or, you know, actually release the Epstein files. Do I think Doge cut USAID because they're our great comrade in arms, cutting off the tentacles of American imperialism? No. Trump probably just cut it because he thought it was a woke, gay waste of money, and it was. But as far
No, it wasn't. You're an idiot. What the hell? Again, where were we with this whole death from HIV will spike in Africa? From my research, all USA did was funded. However, therefore, sterilization was broader issue. Sure, USA didn't help, but they weren't the cause. Thank you, Carl Parker.
far as I'm concerned, every article written about how bad dismantling it was written by John Bolton himself. Like the
Yeah, because you're an idiot. Again, investigating war crimes in Ukraine was also funded by US aid. Was that
the
a waste?
president of Colombia said,
Was that a waste of money? Was that a waste of money? You tell me. All right? I don't think it was. Maybe you think it was.
take your money with you. It's poison. All the sources I used in this video and all the information I got for this video will be in links down below. Feel free to do your own research as always. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing.
You haven't done any research. Like, come on. If you call this you call this research? Really?
A lot of you aren't subscribed apparently. You just watch and f*** off.
Yes, just like I do. And I will not subscribe. Jesus Christ Almighty, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? Brilliant. Again, this is your pet political commentator for the day with a 1 million view video. So it was gay and woke. God damn, now it justifies everything. True. At the end of the day, the US is always going to be the world leader and have messed up the world so much we have to make up for it. I mean, it's not guaranteed that it'll always be the world leader. Trump definitely is doing all in his power to undermine that status. I'll tell you what. Some people are so entitled to their own opinion that they turned into a cancer. Her husband is a fascist, so checks out. Cheeks out. Oh, that would be gay. Alright, so now I'm gonna ask you a question. Because my tummy still hurts and I feel ill still. Do you want me to play a video game now as a palate cleanser? Or do we continue with them politics? Also, there's been a new security leak in the Trump admin There's been apparently a new what the hell was that? The signal. Yeah, a new signal leak. Again, this time not that just their journalists, but also family members were added in a separate group when it comes to discussing U.S. military operations. So cool, right? Isn't that cool? Okay, you think I should play? Anyone else? I'll be playing Knights of the Old Republic, by the way. I have to imagine they're doing this on purpose. Why would you do something as stupid as this on purpose? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do such stupid things on purpose? It just baffles me to no end. Why you would. It wasn't the leak, it was Pete Texas alcoholism. Because they're stupid. Oh my god. We're gonna talk about it. So vote in the I'm gonna start a poll and then oh, Doggy is back. Welcome back, Doggy. Welcome back, Doggy. Okay. Let's start a poll. Poll is game or news? Game, palette, cleanser, or whatever. News for more depression and stomach ache. And pain. I'm just gonna say pain. As trying to earn your sympathy, which I'm hoping works. Okay? I'm hoping you have gained your sympathy and you will go to the page and donate or something. I'll let you vote, and in the meantime I'll go and check up on the doggy. I'll be right back. Be right back. Nie. Nie jest koniec. Streamuję tam. Fido. 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 Phew. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Fido. Yeah. 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 Fido. Yeah. 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 Fido. No już. Fido. Nie. Nie. Okay, I'm back. Which option won? I let democracy die. Wow, okay. I mean, if somebody donates enough money and says, do this, Lucy, then yes, that will kill the democracy. At that point, I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay, the person that donated won the lottery. What's my poor little doggy doing? Right, I have to now start the game. Did you know that Lunar is out on Steam? By the way, if somebody wants to gift me Lunar, I won't be mad. I would play it on stream. Lunar, the best game ever. Only fascists don't like Lunar. It's just how it works. Only fascists don't like Lunar. Tempest Rising now available. Last Epoch. My Time at Sandrock. Bucks Pushing Fast. Golf with Your Friends franchise sale. That's cool. We're gonna play some Kotor. It's gonna be our planet cleanser. Palette. Whoa. Hold on, I have to move it somehow. Why can't I move it? Okay, why can't I move it? I need to move the game. Oh gosh. Oh, now I can move the window. Perfect. So now I need to... I'm gonna make this full screen. I'm gonna... okay, let's see. Yeah. Where is it? I have the window capture. Qatar Free it's called. We're hiding the capture perfectly. Since COD Elder Scrolls became gay, I don't know what to believe. True, you should. Alright, we've done this. Wait, where do I go? What am I supposed to do? Already forgot. Investigate. Where are those ruins? Where are those ruins supposed to be? After we sleep there, we were cleansing the planet. I mean, I don't make slips, okay? Especially not Freudian ones. Please donate. It's just $5. $5. $5. Okay, $5. Oh. Further, you can say that. Further, and you can say that you help the NWO bring liberation to the fires that wish to consume the earth. Yes. I cannot find the ruins that I'm supposed to. What is that thing? What is that thing? I just have no clue. Hmm? Are there any other enemies? There are. Oh my god, Lucy, you don't be there to do that street prostitute expression from the Full Metal Jacket. Wait, what? What are you, what? What were you, what? What the hell is going on you? Why? What are you? Huh? What do you mean? What did I do? I have no clue what you're talking about. I have no clue what I did. What did I do? What is happening? What did I do? As always, I'm guilty of something. I don't even know what I did. Why were the calf huts attacking you? Where are you going to? They're still fighting in the background. Is she crazy? All the time?
You'll pay.
You sort them out? No, you should go back to her.
You'll never get me.
You should go back to her. This is guilty of doing accurate Vietnamese prostitute expression from the... What? What do you mean? What? What the hell? You should donate for saying such things. I'm gonna be right back. What expression? You mean facial expression or what? 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 I'll be right back.
Yeah. You'll never get me. You'll never get me. Just die already.
Wow. You should go back to her. By the way. Oh.
Yeah. You'll never get me. Yeah.
She's lonely, I need
Never
to...
get me. Yeah. Take that.
I should have gained light side points for this. Not gonna lie.
Just die already.
I have a feeling that the shoe on head video is gonna get me just as much, if not even more hate than the you know, than the Timpool one.
I'm here.
What do you think? Okay. Heal us. Heal us.
What?
Thank you. Nothing. What? I feel like my end stream sooner rather than later because I feel not well. Is that okay? If I don't feel well? Or is that forbidden? Crystal Cave, is that where I'm supposed to go? My stomach hurts. I do feel like we've done a segment tonight that's gonna give us engagement. What is this? I cannot see anything. I think this is where we're supposed to be.
So be it.
Yeah. What am I supposed to do here? Is this the place where I'm supposed to be? Oh no, wait, those are not the ruins. It's just some cave. So I have not found the right ruins yet. There's a crystal cave. It's okay not to be okay. Maybe. Where are all those crystals? Yeah, you want me to go back there? Do I look like Hank from... Do I look like Hank from... Breaking Bad? Craving crystals. Wait. Yeah. There's a lot of crystals here. The beauty of this game is that she's not telling you what exactly you're supposed to do or what you should stay in until level up. Oh. Yeah, I guess we got all the crystals. Almost. The name Hank should become a Lucy has a meme. Where are those ruins? Where are the ruins? Okay, let's go. Where are those ruins? Oh. Who the hell are these guys? The hell are you? Wasn't I supposed to jump?
I'm here. What?
I have no clue where the... ruins are. Was that a boss animal? That was a lot of experience. Wait, hold on, I'm leveled up? Yo. Oh, I'm feeling not so well. I'll find the ruins and then I'll finish. This was a very short stream, but you know what? I mean short. I think we've streamed for like 3 hours or something, but my stomach just hurts. I have no clue where those ruins are that I'm supposed to find.
So be it.
And tomorrow we have a debate. So I should probably recuperate before that debate, right? Or conversation or whatever. Is this here? Are these the ruins that I'm looking for? No. Lettuce will not even help me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Tell me where the ruins are. You have an encyclopedic knowledge of this game, I think. I am checking the map. Look. How do I go to the next section? Oh, strange ruins. Okay. There we go, we have found the strange ruins. I guess I'm gonna finish stream now, for now. And I'll see you later, okay? I feel ill. Been streaming for 3 hours, 20 minutes. That's enough. Yeah, I know. Alright, I'll see you later, okay? I have to recuperate. My stomach is ill. I am ill. Okay? I should always probably raid somebody. You're gonna raid President Sunday's thing. Thank you. I'll see you. I'll see you on tomorrow's debate / conversation. Bye bye.